Even from the elevated station, I could see the famous Trilon and Perisphere. They were enormous. They were white in the sun, white spire, white globe. They went together. They belonged together as some sort of partnership in my head. We came down the stairs right into the fairgrounds. Banners flew from the pavilions. The wide streets were painted red, yellow, and blue. They were absolutely clean. The buildings were mostly streamlined with rounded edges, as I suppose buildings of the future should be.
Gateway to the $155 million wonderland. From far and near come countless visitors. By every mode of travel, every means of transportation, they arrive to view the marvels of the greatest exposition in history. Outstanding landmark is the theme center, while the four freedoms, speech, press, assembly, and religion, overlook Constitution Mall. 30 feet high, they symbolize the four rights of free Americans guaranteed by the Constitution. The 700-foot Trilon rises above all else, and the circling helicline that leads into the Perisphere's exhibit Democracy is a pathway to the future. Thousands are treading to get a fascinating preview of things to come.
8,000 workmen bulldozed 1 million cubic yards of earth to bring 4 years of planning to an extravagant 2-year life. Now get a glimpse of London without ever leaving this square mile of super showmanship where the theme is man's breathtaking achievement in an expanding universe. And you don't need to go to Hollywood to see Grauman's Chinese theatre and its famous film star handprints. It's all been recreated here in meticulous facsimile. Behind the facade, you can walk on authentic film sets. The West Side Story Ballet rehearses on one of the Antony and Cleopatra stages. Fancy a stuntman's job?
Everywhere people walked in family groups and stopped to take their pictures in front of exhibit buildings. There were lady guides in gray uniform jackets and hats. The shuffle of feet was like a constant whispering in my ears, or what I imagined a herd of antelope would sound like going in great numbers slowly through high grass. We went around Commerce Circle and through the Plaza of Light, and right around the Trilon and Perisphere, which up close seemed to fill the sky. The pictures of them hadn't suggested in their enormity. They were the only white objects to be seen. They were dazzling. They seemed to be about to take off. They looked lighter than air.
America's World of Tomorrow is ready for its formal debut, the mighty exhibition which is a monument to imagination, showmanship and industry. To see the exhibits of 58 nations, crowds pour in from subways, trains, buses and cars, 500,000 strong. And for 40,000 invited guests, the moment has come. President Roosevelt, with his son John behind him on the right, speaks in the Court of Peace.
I hereby dedicate the World's Fair, the New York World's Fair of 1939, and I declare it open to all mankind.
The fountains rise and fall in a symphony of color. This roof is studded with 1,000 switching lights. Peace through understanding is the World Fair's motto, but these colors alone go beyond all comprehension. It's magical, and that's the only word.
Everywhere at the World's Fair, the world was reduced to tiny size by the cunning and ingenuity of builders and engineers. And then things loomed up that were larger than they ought to have been. The Public Health Building had an exhibit showing the different parts of the body, each of them depicted many times their real size. An enormous ear and nose with their canals and valves and cellular bone marrow exposed. Big pink plastic organs, bigger than I was. The eye was so big you walked into it. You walked into this eye, saw for its lens, which changed to make you nearsighted or farsighted. We all grew dizzy with that one.